I don't know. Has anything happened?
Oh, there's a school shooting today, but
Yeah, I'm seeing
what
that.
else is what else is fucking new?
This is the Pine Men.
And the Republican Party is racist. I don't know if you heard about that.
No way. Wait, what? What would make you say that?
Yeah. Like instead of like making it about guns, they're making it about the fact that he was a Mexican American. You know,
Are they really?
he must be an illegal alien who's just going around killing children, and it's not a mental health issue.
Wow.
Definitely not. Like they
Yeah.
definitely really think about their points before they speak. Well,
Yeah.
actually, they definitely do. They purposefully
Yeah,
use
exactly. They
rhetoric
think about
to
it a lot.
confuse people. Hmm.
Um, I don't know. What?
Oh,
18
huh?
people killed?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's
That
fucking insane, huh? Kids and
Oh,
teachers and shit.
it's like it's an elementary school. Oh my god, this is like
Yeah, you should check
god.
out some of the coverage from fucking Fox News. Let's see.
Actually, yeah,
I'll
let's
look it
do
up.
that. That is like hold on, I just have to what is this? Are you seeing this shit? ISIS
I'm
allegedly
clicking. I'm
planned to
clicking it. I'm just trying.
assassinate George W. Bush. I don't know
Oh
why.
my god!
I just want to see what they say here. That's all.
Did you see that fucking Bush flub?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So pathetic.
And
I
this
want
is
to
a
see
Fox
this.
News alert breaking in now with this news. The FBI has busted a terror suspect linked to ISIS. And according to reports, the feds say that suspect was planning an assassination plot to kill the former U.S. President George W. Bush. Jillian Turner's got the
What?
latest on this from Washington.
I don't know. Like, is it just me or is that like kind of funny? Like, why would?
Is this breaking news from like today?
Yes. I mean, it says it on. This was uploaded
What
like a
the
couple hours
fuck?
ago. Like,
Dude.
right? This is insane,
Okay, play
right?
this video. Play this.
Yeah.
Fucking video.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
that. Like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let me try to make a threat against like the president. Oh, you mean like Biden? No, no, no. Oh, Trump? No, no, no. Obama? No, 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 no. Farther back. Keep going. You're almost there. Like, it's like what? Like, you know?
We gotta get him. We gotta
Yeah.
get him. Well, actually, to be fair, I mean George Bush did launch a illegal military invasion of probably maybe their country.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So just this is purely revenge. There's no like real.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There's no political gain. It's just revenge.
Yeah. All right.
It's a breaking story, and the latest details reveal the suspect, Jillian, has been arrested and is due in federal court in Columbus, Ohio, shortly.
That's right, Sandra. Fox News has also confirmed the suspect's name is Shahab Ahmed Shihab. He will be indicted in Columbus, Ohio any moment now. The charging document.
I'm sorry. Maybe this is just my cynicism, but the only reason why they emphasize like, by the way, this is his name, is to just let them know like, yes, he has a name that sounds like a typical, well, not typical, but it sounds like a, Muslim type name, just to get everybody nice and scared,
Yep.
Just remind them to be scared of that. That's a scary thing.
You gotta let them know.
Yeah.
You gotta let them know.
This case were resealed just a short while ago. We have not yet been given explanation as to why, but we're hoping for a statement from the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Ohio. Now, here's what we know reportedly about Shahab. He is an Iraqi national who's been here in the U.S. since 2020 with alleged links to ISIS. He has been plotting to murder the former president, George W. Bush. Now, it is believed that he traveled to Dallas last November for a surveillance mission where he shot video of the president's home and the surrounding neighborhood. This is according to an FBI search warrant application.
Okay, I guess it makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Want to hear the rest of this?
Oh, God. Might as well finish it.
Yeah, I mean, okay. All right, let's see what else is going on here. I don't know. It sounds like it's just one person.
To join him in this murder plot, he was planning to smuggle people here into the U.S. across the border with Mexico. He said it really highlights the national security crisis that's unfolding along the U.S. southern border.
Okay, now here
one
we
last
go.
thing to note
I was
for you
just
here.
about to
NBC
click
News
off,
is
but I knew
reporting
that
an interesting
some juice
element
was
of
coming.
this plot. They
Of
say that
course.
at all times, court documents show that
Of
Shahab was
course.
talking to an FBI confidential informant and was therefore under some kind of government surveillance, meaning the physical threat to the former president was always low, at least.
Okay, come on. Are they going to get to the part where... So now that they just said that, are they going to say... In 2018, he came here through the southern border illegally or something like that? Like,
for as long as the
Oh,
government
God.
was aware of the plot that was unfolding. Sandra?
So at this time, Jillian, we don't have the specific charges that he faces yet, as you mentioned,
No.
due in court shortly there in Columbus, Ohio. But just digging into the various details we're learning from the various reports, including our own reporting on this so far, is that this suspect was planning to go as far as traveling to Dallas in November to take video around the former president's home and recruiting a team of compatriots he hoped to smuggle into the country, as you mentioned, Jillian, over the Mexico border. I'm sure there's a lot more we're going to learn here in the coming
okay,
minutes
there's where
and
it comes
hours.
into play.
Yeah, we'll bring it to you, Sandra, as it comes in, as soon as he appears in court.
Okay, Jillian, on that for us.
We got to
thank
close
you.
the border in the south, because otherwise we're going to get
Josh?
ISIS coming in
All
too.
right, Sandra, Brett Baer
Oh,
still
that
with us.
yeah,
You know, this
that's
sounds
been
like
going
the
on
plot
for a
against his
while.
father
They've been
as well.
saying
The
that.
FBI had this thing nailed from the beginning.
I can't believe
but
it.
this very
Yeah, they've been talking
I mean,
about
never
that.
mind. Of course I can believe it, but
I've been hearing that for years from these people. Yeah, like
how do we get people actually afraid? Because obviously they're not afraid of your average Mexican citizen, but we need the border
Right.
closed, and we need more people. We don't need more people to be upset about it.
yeah, people weren't being racist enough. They were just being like, but like they're being racist enough, but it's just like, you know, I think people like too many people have like worked with or been friends with like a Mexican person, so like, you know, they're not racist enough towards them anymore. So now we got to find a new person. We got to say radical Muslims are going to come from Mexico. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, all right.
very intricate.
No, I mean, it
This
makes
guy
sense,
had
and if you think about
operatives
it.
in Turkey,
Yeah.
Egypt, and- yeah, I mean, it's very specific, and we should credit Forbes originally with the original story. We've confirmed a lot of this, and now he
By the way, the reason why they do that, I mean, well, part of the reason why they do that, the crediting Forbes with the whatever, is because like
Yeah.
if it turns out to be untrue and stuff like that,
Oh, there
they're
you
like
go.
less
yeah.
liable and stuff. I'm not saying that's the only
Yeah,
reason
it was,
why
it was
they
actually
do that, but
it was Forbes. It was Forbes'
yeah,
fault.
yeah.
Wow.
But secondly, it brings up the issue of the southern border.
Yeah.
And it really hits hard.
Now let's get to the
the
point. Let's
national
go.
security implications of making that border secure.
Because the plan was for this guy to bring these 4 operatives in through the southern border, get them some sort of visa in Mexico, and then just come in.
Yeah. And so the
let 'em
easier
right in the
that
door.
that is, the more porous it is, the more chance that bad guys can get through there. And, you know, a lot of people who are saying that, you know, the immigration problem is, we're making it bigger than it is. First of all, go down to those states and talk to the people along the border, number one.
How do people watch this and not immediately think like, oh my God, like, wow, like we always talk bad about the very same people who eat this up are like, aren't you glad you don't live in China where the only way you can get news is from the CCP? Oh, they're the only news source. They control everything. It's like, you watch this, you know, like.
I know, right?
Number
God.
two, there are time and time again more indications that bad guys are coming through the border. We just had the DHS secretary say 42 suspected terrorists came through, and we know where they are. Well, we don't.
Well, we had a
So-
story just this morning of a guy who was brought in. He was apprehended, processed, released. Turns out that he was on the terror watch list.
They got him again, and he had the GPS, and they tracked him, but he was in Florida. And so Governor DeSantis has weighed in on this. So I think the southern border issue is highlighted in
Yeah,
this.
give
and
him a
obviously
little
the specifics
little
of
shout
the-
out. What's up, DeSantis?
And back to
Yeah.
Brett's original point about the reporting originally
One of
coming
our true
from
warriors out
Forbes
here fighting the good
exclusively on
fight.
this.
Yeah.
Obviously now others, including us.
Yeah, because like it's a big thing. Like we don't want these, you know, radicals coming into our country to destroy our way of life. Because like we as good, proud Americans don't support the same things that they do. Like we want, like those guys don't even let women like control their own bodies and stuff. We're not like that. They like punish homosexuals and stuff like that. We're not like that. Guys like Brett
Yeah.
Baer are not like that. It's like, come on, dude. That's his
Oh
name, I
my
think. I
God.
don't even know. But like,
Brett, which the middle guy?
yeah, right. I don't know. It would be a real shame if things like that happened. Like they have like this like religious zealotry that they use to like
I know,
force
right?
upon people, and like they can't even like they make laws based off like their like radical religious beliefs that a lot of people don't even want to follow, but they believe that they want to enforce it on people, which is a lot different than what we do in America. So
Can
like,
you imagine? I just had a fucking thought. Can you imagine if we get to the fucking point where we're having like crusades again?
dude, it's like practically. I mean, I could
True,
see
we
it.
kind of
I could
already
see
are.
it happen in like 5 years.
I mean, all this stuff going on lately with you know, the main stuff, the social politics that are happening, and women and all this. It's I've heard people made the reference before, but it's really reminiscent of the Handmaid's Tale show.
I'm not familiar.
Oh god, yeah, you never saw it. It's literally the U.S. government gets taken over by like religious
Oh,
extremists.
okay, okay.
I don't-
Yeah,
I hate it, man. I fucking hate it.
for sure.
You're
Like,
like just listening to people talk about this kind of stuff. It's just it's so difficult for me to believe that they can actually believe it.
yeah, no, I know.
You know,
Like what? Just in general, any of the religious stuff, or just the
well, the religious stuff is a big part of it, but also just like the fact that somehow people like, dude, did you see that? I don't know. Never mind. It's just like people's bad takes on like trans, people's bad takes on abortion, people's bad takes on
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
this shit,
right.
and it's just difficult to imagine how these people got in the positions in life that they did and can maintain them while having no brain.
Well, it's because like the path to quote unquote success is not like, just a meritocracy, like a, you know, meritocratic or whatever, like way of like, the best rise to the top and whatever. It's just like follow the rules. Like, and that means like be like a white neoliberal, socially conservative, by obviously like fiscally conservative, like media personality or whatever. And it's just like as long as you just do that, you could just go out there and people like think that you're a qualified source. Like, bro, like
God.
where does this come from? Like, what is it about like Tucker Carlson or something that people are like, yeah, no, I trust that guy. Like,
Right.
he's literally the person who's in the number one position to have an incentive to lie to you. He's the number one. If anyone has that incentive, it's him. You know what I mean? And he has the
Literally.
platform. I mean, other people have the
Dude,
incentive, but he can do it.
have you ever seen um the oh god, he's like I think he's talking at like some Republican conference or something, but he's very clearly not reading his lines.
Oh, I actually think I know what you're talking about with that video. But like, yeah, no, I mean, I heard someone break this down.
Yes, it is this one.
And it made a lot of sense to me. Like, you're not looking for the biggest extremist to be like, I know what I believe, and I'm going to say it because I can articulate it the best because I have a really real understanding of these positions. It's more like, who is like gonna just say it and just be like, yeah, no, yeah, of course, yeah, we know this. We know this to be true. Is there anything we can do to fix this inflation problem? I mean, these supply chain issues are just absolutely... The leadership of the Republicans has caused blah, blah, blah. And oh my God, this is a problem because those Republicans are bad. They're bad. Oh my God, the Democrats are trying to fix it, but those bad Republicans, it's like... Don't you realize, like, there's always something that's, like, really, really bad that's trying to be fixed and it never is and stuff like... It's the whole system, you dumbass, and it's the one that you defend.
Yeah.
Because the people who own the company are the same people who own everything. You know what I mean? Your boss owns you,
yes.
and so he tells you what works for me. What works for the type of guy the type of people who own media companies? I want to, keep the profits coming in. And that's not going to be, they don't have the same interests as the people watching them. So they have to have people that are going to just go up there and just look into the fucking teleprompter and just be like, formula is not available right now because, there's all these other random problems that are like, oh my God, if only there was something we could do. If only there was something we could do other than trust literally millions of lives with like 4 corporations that produce baby formula, which is already like, it's basically like, whatever. I mean, it's an important thing. It's like necessary and whatever, but it's like, it's just like, what is this? Why are you're so dependent on this one product that's like produced by just like a couple companies that are like, their goal is to make it as cheap, make it for as cheap as possible and sell it for as high as possible and keep the supply just right and don't produce too much so that everybody's guaranteed to be safe. The reason we're producing this necessary nutrient for literal babies who are the most important things in the world until they're born. They're only important when they're not born.
I know, right? I know.
So, I don't know. And then you turn around and
fucking insane.
Refuse to understand that it's like,
insane.
Yeah, people who are, I don't know, you just look what happens when you trust people whose incentive is to just make as much money as possible and that's it, and manipulate the market. Ooh, drop it, bitch. Come on.
Yeah, no, this fucking shit. This is...
Ooh. Oh! Let's go.
They didn't prepare me for this.
That's insane. Why would they have it like that?
You gotta get the boys hyped up.
You gotta get them hyped for the white nationalism.
This is. I have my watch set to East Coast time. Actually, we're 4 minutes from when I'm normally working, and so I put on a necktie because I put on a necktie every night at 7:45, just as a matter of habit, even when I'm alone. And just kidding.
When I'm alone.
I haven't gone that
That like
crazy.
a
I've never,
auto asphyxiation joke or something?
Oh my God.
I love it. Thank you. Mainstream kind of conservative person and have been my whole life. And then about 2 years ago, everything in the physical world, in the real world,
I like that.
which is to say distinct from the...
I'm just a mainstream conservative person, and it's like, that's just like, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
The man talks about white replacement on primetime news. Like,
Yeah.
That's mainstream, baby. That's it.
I mean,
it is. That's the thing. He's just saying it, and it's like, yeah, cool, okay. But you're admitting it at least.
Everything in the physical world, in the real world,
the dog whistle is no longer a dog whistle.
Yeah.
Talk about how things should be world,
Just a regular whistle.
completely changes, which is to say the country completely changes. In the famous words, like the smartest thing ever said in Washington was said by one of Richard Nixon's advisors, who said, if something can't continue forever, it won't. And I do kind of believe that.
I like
But
that.
when something is completely insane and counterproductive, when it doesn't even benefit the people pushing it, it probably can't continue. And let me just say one other thing that dawned on me this.
Just real quick, I just want to give a shout out to anybody who, anybody who's really taken your political ideology from like the people who were advising Richard Nixon. That's pretty good. Wait, did he say Nixon or Reagan?
He said Nixon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to him, one of the greats, as we all know.
Yeah.
Dope legacy.
Richard.
Yeah. All right.
This morning, so I'm a pretty milquetoast Episcopalian, so sometimes I miss the larger implications of things. But the things that are going on now are so crazy, and they're so disconnected. So normally, I was in Washington most of my life, and something that I didn't like would happen, and you would say, well, that's because they've got a ton of Pfizer stock, or they're taking money from this or that lobbyist, or they've just got bad ideas. Things are happening right now that can't be explained by the normal explanation. There's just absolutely no rational explanation for it. People are standing up and saying, let's get rid of the cops, because I know that's going to make things better. Like, there's not one person who, upon 15 seconds of reflection, thinks that's going to help anybody. I mean, not one person. So why would you say that? Well, there's only one reason to say that, and that's to destroy things for its own sake. Now, you don't often see that. You see a lot.
Man, I mean, I gotta say, I mean, if these people are really just trying to destroy everything just for the sake of destroying it, you could almost justify doing anything to people like that, couldn't you? You know?
Yeah. Nicely said. Nicely said.
So, like, transparent. It's unbelievable.
These people are literally insane.
Yeah.
And they just want to destroy America completely.
Yeah,
They
for
don't
the
want to. They don't want to
sake of
make things. Yeah, just for the hell of it, for shits and giggles, bud.
Yeah. It's not like they have a different opinion. They just want to destroy it just to see it burn. And I don't know. I'm not saying we should. You guys figure out what you should do to people like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the
Oh my
answers. They're
fucking
just
God.
like inhuman monsters who seek destruction and have no other emotions besides hatred. So
Yeah,
you
they
know.
hate you and your family, and they want to turn you gay
Yeah, exactly.
or trans. Maybe they want to make your children trans.
Yeah, or
Children.
into a Marxist.
Groom
And
them
I don't know which of those are worse. You
Oh my God, the Marxist,
know. Yeah.
cultural Marxism,
Yeah, man.
cultural Marxism.
Once again, a subtle and not so subtle reference to the good old who was that guy talking about cultural Bolshevism? What was that dude's name?
Never heard of him.
Hold on, we might actually no, it was Hitler. Yes. All right. So all right, let's go.
A lot of
Yeah, I know.
wrong-headedness. You
Yeah,
see
no, I
bad
know.
ideas. You see people who are
Owl
corrupt.
golf.
You know, there's some kind of scam going on underneath or whatever. It's, you know, you think it's politics. It's actually Vegas. Okay, got it. But what? Vegas, baby. So I'll see you at the Spearmint Rhino.
Oh my God,
God,
that's funny.
Don't ad lib, bud.
Yeah, no, that is actually funny. They're literally the Spearmint Rhino is actually a strip club in Vegas.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, like no, it really is.
He knows what's good.
I've never been there. I've
you
never
been
been to
there?
Vegas even, but
Are you sure?
I know people who have been there. That's funny, and I remember the name. And now I know another one, Tucker.
Good old boy.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Maybe we'll run
that's
some.
an American value if I've ever heard it. That's
Hell yeah.
Christianity at its finest. I think. So.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, actually, no, it's not. It's not really that biblical because if it was in the Bible, those women that were in there would be being stoned to death in the street. So we still got a way to go in order to really reach peak Christianity. We got to work on that. Just kidding. I'm not advocating for that. I'm being sarcastic. All right.
God.
sorry, I shouldn't
That's
say
for the
stuff like that. I
TOS.
can't control myself. Limited self-control.
Yeah.
What you don't see too much, in fact, I have never seen, is people wrecking stuff for the sake of wrecking stuff, even their own stuff. So what is that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's nothing in politics, there's nothing in reason, there's nothing within our recent human experience that can explain that. So if you're a rational person, you don't even need to be a religious person. You have to conclude there is something that is unseen at work here. Like there is a spiritual dimension to this. I'm sorry, there just is. I don't care.
All right.
If I sound
let's
like
hear it.
It's Ghost.
I don't see how any rational person couldn't conclude that. If people are standing up and saying, "Let's burn my own house down. Let's do it immediately."
Yeah.
They are.
I remember that. Like that was the biggest thing about the whole entire protest. Like everyone was just burning their own house down. It was insane.
Yeah.
Like a couple of my neighbors, they just like left the gas
Forced
on
that
and
shit.
just blew the shit up. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Everyone was doing it.
In protest of you know.
Yeah, they were like, stop
In
police
protest.
brutality, stop police from killing black people, and then they were just like, I'm literally just gonna burn my own home down.
Yeah.
seized by something. They are. By a spirit of destruction.
Yeah.
And that's just true. I don't know
That's
if
true.
that's allowed to be uttered in the Episcopal.
I was gonna
Just simply
say,
true.
I wasn't
He
sure
says
if it
that
was
shit
true.
a lot. He
Yeah.
says that shit a lot, and it makes me giggle because I can relate to one side all the time. Because I think I do say that when I'm talking about stuff that I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Fair.
it's funny hearing someone else say that when it's not true.
Yeah, the thing you got to realize is that when you say it, though, like the stuff you're saying is true. So it's like, you know, but he's not true.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
I mean, I believe what you say is true.
He thinks it
most of the time. But
and
yeah.
people believe that what he's saying is true.
I know, it's just so crazy.
sad.
I don't understand how people. I mean, don't get
sad
me wrong. I
reality.
spend a lot of time watching stuff like this, so I kind of like, pick up on stuff, and I see other people talk about it. So like, but like, yeah, I guess if
Yeah.
you're just like randomly tuning in and you're just like, I don't know, I worked hard and I made it. So all you got to do is work hard to make it. So anybody who doesn't make it is just a lazy piece of shit, right? I mean, that makes sense. Like, yeah, if you have that level of
Gotcha.
intellect, then yeah, sure. But I can understand how it'd be like, no rational person could possibly explain why someone would do what they're doing. It's like, you can literally explain it like really easily. It's just the easiest thing in the world. You know what it is, It's just,
Yeah.
you want them to be like, oh,
Nobody wants to say this, but, obviously it's class war against the weakest people. In the end, only Salvadoran busboys will have masks on, because the peasants can't look at their leaders. Like, that's what it's actually about. And the vax stuff is about punishing people who have no one to protect them. That's the truth, okay? And I'm completely sick of it. And I'm going to soon be selling mugs that say naturally immune. Because if you're naturally immune, you earned it. And I mean that. And if you have earned it, and I know some in the room have, you earned it. And some people really earned it at high cost. And you should be proud of it. And you shouldn't let anybody make you feel bad about it, boss you around about it, make you do anything you don't want to do. So I look at that, I'm like, what is this?
He's currently
Only
praising
5-year-olds?
anti-vaxxers for earning it,
earning what?
and earning their immunity to
Oh,
the
yeah.
virus. And I know it comes at a cost, but you earned it. You earned it.
Yeah.
You earned it. It was earned.
Yeah.
It was earned.
It was a noble sacrifice.
I have another fucking video that I want to show you too that I just
Okay.
remembered.
You want to just go to it? I feel like
you can keep playing this.
all right, yeah.
Play it for a
Look it
second
up.
while
Yeah.
I get it.
To get,
Perfect.
to get this drug, I'm not going to get windy or lectury on it, but like, who would do that? Well, that's demonstrably true, but there's something else. It's evil. That is evil. Let's just say it. It's evil.
It's evil
so
to vaccinate
the other dynamic
people?
that's going on is
Agreed.
that the
You don't wanna
decisions
force
are
them.
being made
Yeah.
by people who are too far from the effects of the decisions. And as someone who had it beaten into him, and it's my temperament anyway, to really revere older people, I have trouble making fun, I'll be honest, of Joe Biden's mental decline because I feel guilty about it. Because I hope I'm 80 someday. I don't want people mocking me when I can't. You know what I mean? I want my children to respect me and very gently,
Of course you do.
wipe the frosted flakes from my chin. I mean it. And tell me that I make sense. And thank me for my wisdom when I can't remember what I'm saying. I think all of us who make it to that age deserve to be treated with respect.
Yeah.
If for no
This is the weirdest thing. I mean, it's like, my mind. It's really hard to figure this out. Like, how could he be a bad guy if sometimes he says stuff that's just like nice and funny? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Wait, he cares about his family, so like he's obviously a good human being. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter that he says that like, the country gets dirtier every time someone comes from the southern border. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, that's nothing.
Yeah. But
He's a nice guy.
He likes his kids. He wants his kids to respect. He's not even saying anything actually good about his kids. He's saying he wants them to respect him.
He wants them to respect him. He's a piece of shit. Anyway, let's move on to this really beautiful video that I saw today. I want you to type in. This is what I typed in at least.
All right.
MSNBC Georgia Republicans Gen 6.
How is it any different than what happened per se right here on the streets of Atlanta with those riots? How is it different?
But y'all didn't like those riots.
That's my point. It shouldn't be treated any differently.
Right.
Okay.
The people that participated should be
held accountable.
Yeah, should be held accountable for what they did.
So many of those people that participated in the riots were not held accountable. We're not
Right.
even
Exactly.
We're
They
not
should have
even
been.
recognized.
Absolutely.
But the Republican Party released a statement saying that was legitimate political discourse. Does anyone think that was legitimate political discourse, January 6th?
Sure, until they trespassed. But once they trespassed, what did they do? They walked up the stairway, they went in the rotunda, and they walked back out. So now they're in a gulag for 2 years in prison. Yeah, I'm out of the...
poo-pooed and...
Now they in a gulag.
Huh. That is so weird. I wonder.
I didn't know we had gulags in
Yeah.
America.
What are the
Anyway.
so they put them in gulags. Where did they put like the people that were like selling weed or like,
Oh, and also in the gulag.
oh, they're in the gulag too. Okay, as long as we're consistent, is yeah. All right.
Beeping in the hallways. He
Out
disappeared in
of
all over the
5,000
walls.
people that entered the building, or 2,000 or whatever, there were only 100 bad actors. The rest of the people were largely respectful from what I've seen, from what I've read.
And do you not think they were being serious, the mob, when they were yelling, hang Mike Pence? That was a scary day, I thought. I was freaked out. And for people who were at the Capitol, it sounded horrifying. Someone had to clean up the mess.
There was a lot of bad stuff that happened that day, I agree, but I believe that
Multiple
the portion
deaths.
of people that were troublemakers is very small.
It was only the few
How many of those
troublemakers, though. That
troublemakers
Always
are actually
is.
Antifa
That's
or
Exactly.
Wait, hold up.
Exactly.
We just missed a key moment.
How many of those troublemakers were actually Antifa
That's
or
Exactly.
intentional
Exactly.
That's what
Exactly.
troublemakers? There's just a whole series of questions that don't add up.
Because pause for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Antifa.
Of course, it has to be.
They were there. It was them. They were.
Right.
It was okay. I just wanted to make sure that.
Yeah. They've been saying that since day one too. I love that.
It makes. I mean, logically it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. God.
And you got to go through this much boilerplate and crap to find the 3 little nuggets of truth or hard fact or information that really matters. And
What that means is, listen, there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't like. I have a hard time accepting it. So I just pick and choose what I want to believe.
Yeah.
I'm just so frustrated with the entire thing, I want to forget about it. But I looked at every photograph in the AJC. There were about 20 pictures in that newspaper that day.
She's like
And
fucking
all the
staring him
ones
down.
that were smashing and bashing and crashing, 25, 28 years old, skinny jeans with the beards.
Yeah. That's how you
And I
know
said to
they're
myself,
Antifa.
That's not the normal Republican. I mean, look at us here. I mean,
Yeah, we don't have
maybe-
skinny
maybe
jeans and
he was
beards.
paid to do that.
Maybe.
None of it makes any sense. And when you
I mean, if you
read
think about it, it makes
about-
perfect sense.
How does it
It
make
was
sense?
Republicans that were angry, and they're insane. Their head is full of QAnon, and they don't know what to do.
Dude, there's literally no way that you could believe that.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, actually, that is true. That is true. That is. How can you believe that? Clearly, it's not the people with Trump flags and stuff like that chanting things that are like, relevant to that type of messaging, like, negative things about different people that work for the government or whatever.
Mm.
You understand that it's obviously a lot more likely that they're actually paid. But as always, with all these tragedies, anytime it goes the wrong way for them, it's paid actors and stuff like that. What if people are being
Yeah.
paid for this?
Yeah. God. Remember how much trouble Alex Jones got in for talking about that?
Exactly. It's wild.
Ray Epps being at the one gate that fell first. When you read about the Molotov cocktails that were left at the DNC the night before with only a mechanical kitchen timer, not a telephone that can be remotely triggered.
This
kitchen
guy's
timer.
fucking. He's that
So
fucking
after 60 minutes,
Charlie
60
Day meme.
minutes, the timer can't be.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Definitely. This guy's in the post office scribbling on the walls about what the code means that Q just dropped on 4chan. He was probably waiting for JFK Jr. to get resurrected.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wild.
Reactivated, so the bomb is inactive.
Hold up.
So after 60 minutes, the timer can't be activated, so the bomb is inactive. Kamala Harris went to the DNC. The bombs were found by her advance crew.
Yeah, exactly. He's
At
coming back any day now.
11:50, 12:50, within 5 minutes of Ray Epps giving his orders to crash the first barrier. And then the riot started because the police had to withdraw from that area and investigate the Molotov cocktails. There is so much going on when you bore down into the facts.
Well, and let's take a step. So, if this was happening and it was Antifa, then why didn't President Trump whip into action and stop it? He didn't tweet. He didn't call off the dogs. Why was that?
Because he's playing 4D chess. He was already 2 steps ahead.
Look at that face. Look at that man's face. Go back for 1 second.
then why didn't President Trump whip into action and stop it?
He
didn't
never
tweet.
thought of that
He
before.
didn't call off the dogs. Why was that?
He never thought of that before. Oh no. He's got to go back home.
So
You gotta
He's gotta go
realize,
back to the
dude.
drawing board.
But the Molotov cocktails were in the. They had the timer on them. though.
Come on. Oh, God. Lee.
Yeah, this guy.
I feel sick all of a sudden.
They were wearing skinny jeans though.
Oh, God.
They had skinny jeans.
Maybe it wasn't them.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't Antifa after all.
Oh my god. Honestly,
Oh,
it
dear
is so
God.
insane because the more and more that I see this stuff, I honestly do, and I don't mean this just to be like backhandedly patronizing or whatever. I genuinely am like, I feel bad, honestly. I mean, I don't feel bad enough to be like, your opinions deserve to be heard. No, obviously not. I just mean like, it's just tragic. You know what I mean? That it's like, damn, like you ended up there. You literally just went like your whole like 60 years of life so far, and you just never ever were like, what do I think? How do I feel about things? You just were
Oh my
like,
God, right?
oh well, my father was a Christian, and so therefore I'm a Christian, and he taught me that work ethic is the most important thing, and hey, I just want my neighbors to look like me, and I support a strong man who, if he says he loves America, then he loves America. He knows best. Oh God. Meanwhile, like literally 3 years ago, he was just a radio. He was a whatever. When he
hosting
says
a television
yeah,
show.
hosting a TV show, but I hate those elites. I hate those media elites. But let's worship a billionaire
Yeah.
reality star.
I know, right? I mean, that fucking paradox has bothered me since day one.
Yeah.
But he's different. He's not like the other ones.
Right. Exactly.
You know.
Oh, buddy.
You want to get?
This is the Pine Men.